guys. What's going on? Oh my god. What?
I've always loved watching those old trashy monster movies, especially the classic Japanese Godzilla films. I'm not sure why, but seeing that huge monster stomping through cities and flattening everything was always so much fun to watch. And as a photographer, every once in a while, a thought crosses my mind. Man, I wish I could be there and take photos. Whether it's in New York back in the 50s, some ancient civilization thousands of years ago, or a city where Godzilla is rampanting. Of course, that's not possible for obvious reasons, but with modern technology, almost anyone can make it happen, or at least tell the story and make it feel like it really happened. When Higgsfield approached me about sponsoring a video, I thought it might be the perfect opportunity to bring this idea to life. My goal was to blend real-world footage with AI-generated video to create something that would otherwise be impossible. I was completely new to this, but it turned out to be surprisingly easy. But let me show you how I did it. First, I needed to come up with a storyline, and the video starts with me being in bed reading a book. On the bedside table, you can see my Leica Q3, a small lamp, and a miniature Godzilla figure that I picked up in Japan about roughly, I think it was around 10 years ago. The idea was that I fall asleep while reading, and that's where the AI generated footage takes over, representing everything that happens in my dream. I find myself in an elevator going down, and when the doors open, I step into a city with a strong Hong Kong vibe, filled with lots of neon lights. Of course, it has just rained, so everything is wet, making the whole environment look even more cinematic. I leave the elevator and walk through the streets with my Leica Q3 in my hand, ready to take photos. But suddenly I hear a deep, thunderous roar. The ground starts shaking like during an earthquake, helicopters with searchlights are everywhere, and people are running in panic. Then I turn a corner and there it is, the tail of a giant monster making its way through the streets. It's enormous, but most of its body remains hidden from view. Then I spot another elevator and decide to go higher to get a better view of what's happening. I step inside the elevator and everything starts shaking violently. Eventually, my camera slips from my hand, falls to the floor, and everything fades to black. And that's the moment when I wake up. Still confused about what just happened, I look around, spot my camera and see that it's perfectly fine. I realize it was just a dream, switch off the light and go back to sleep. Once I had the storyboard, I copied the dream sequence into ChatGPT and asked it to split it into 3 or 4 scenes and generate prompts for each one. And I also described my camera, mentioned that I would provide a short reference clip of it, and specified that everything should be in a first-person perspective with a roughly 16mm field of view. After I had the prompts, I tweaked them to my liking, and then I recorded myself holding my camera from a POV perspective. For that, I used my DJI Osmo Nano with a head mount. I used a white background and moved the camera around to show multiple angles in order to get an accurate looking result. Next, I went to Higgsfield.ai and in the top left corner I hovered over video, and on the right hand side I selected Seedance 2.0 4K, which is brand new. You can now generate videos in 4K and they look incredibly sharp. That's especially perfect when you're blending them with real 4K footage like I did. On the left side you'll find the upload section where I uploaded my POV footage of my camera. If your reference video is longer than 15 seconds, you'll need to choose which section you want to use. Also keep in mind that any videos or images you upload can't contain copyrighted material. I actually tried to upload a photo of my miniature Godzilla figure here, but it wouldn't let me use it. You can see it here, it says not eligible. I was ready to generate my first scene. I uploaded my reference footage of me holding my camera. Once it was uploaded and checked, I trimmed it down to 15 seconds, which is the maximum length for reference clips. After that, I copied my prompts into the prompt window. These are the prompts I used for the first scene. Just pause the video if you want to read them carefully. Then I made sure the correct model was selected, which was Seedance 2.0 in my case. I set the duration to 12 seconds. I selected 16:9 and of course I selected the best quality 4K. I also set the bitrate to high. And then it was time to generate my first scene. I was absolutely blown away by the quality. The camera looked so realistic that I honestly couldn't believe it. I uploaded the first clip as a reference in order for the clips to blend together perfectly. Then I copied my prompts into the prompt box. In case you're curious, here are the prompts that I used. The duration was set to 15 seconds, 4K and high bitrate was selected, and I could then proceed to render the second scene. After waiting for about 20 minutes, the clip was generated and I could review it. I wasn't fully happy with the result, so I decided to rerun the render. And the result was more than satisfying. And I could proceed to scene number 3. This time I took a screenshot of the last frame of scene 2 as a reference and I uploaded it. I copied the prompts for scene 3 into the prompt window. All the settings for the generated video were still in place and I could proceed to generate the clip. The result was great on the first attempt. Now it was time to generate the final scene. Again, I took a screenshot as a reference, this one here. I copied the prompts into the prompt window. 15 seconds, 4K and high bitrate were already selected. And I only needed to click on generate. After that, I filmed all the real life footage, which actually took longer than generating the dream sequence. Once everything was shot, I brought it all into DaVinci Resolve to edit the final video. I have to say, this was a really cool experience, especially for short social media clips or B-roll. This can save a huge amount of time. It's honestly amazing how good this technology already is, and it's exciting to think about where it'll be in a few years from now. If you'd like to try it for yourself, head over to Higgsfield.ai or check out the link in the video description. See you in the next one. Until then, auf Wiedersehen.